The following podcast is improvised satire and all characters are fictional.
Hello, dear listener. I'm Dean Ardenfell, and this is The Corporation, a podcast where I interview employees of the many subsidiaries of my favorite multinational conglomerate, Hogswood Cooper Media. My first guest is the Director of On-Site Hospitality at St. Bartholomew's, the elite mountain resort in the French Alps where celebrities and royals come for everything from skiing to fine dining, snow polo to blackjack. In his role, he coordinates guests' transportation from the resort's private airstrip and gets them settled at the on-site five-star hotel. In his spare time, he accompanies middle-aged women to social events. Please welcome Yves Dubois-Garcon. Hello.
Bonjour, thank you for having me. Yes.
Oh, it's great to have you, Yves.
Of course. Yves.
Yves. Am I getting that right?
Yves.
Yves.
Say
yes.
again? No, Yves.
Yves.
You too much emphasis on the end. It's Yves.
I fear that I'm never going to get it, being just a dumb American the way I am. But I hope that you'll forgive any mispronunciation here.
No, merci pour having moi, you know. That is, thank you for having me in French. Sorry.
Oh, yes. I think I knew merci. I think I've heard
France.
that word before. Yeah.
Oui, it means please go easy on me.
Oh, well, likewise. So I mean, this is an exclusive resort. It's about as exclusive as a ski resort can get. Yeah. I mean, you've got the cream of the crop over there. Yeah.
It's called snow in France, the white stuff. It's not cream. It is snow. I know it looks like cream because
yes.
It is on the mountains. It is white. It is snow.
Sure. Yes. No, I was, never mind. It's more of I guess it's an American turn of phrase. I should probably watch myself when throwing out the Americanisms here. But what I was saying was just that these are like very important people you have there, yes?
Of course, yes. You know, we have royals, we have celebrities, we have presidential mistresses, you know.
Oh, wow, mistresses as well. Wow, that's amazing. And you've got so many activities too.
Yes,
activities
skiing.
I didn't even know you could do in the snow, like ice cricket and snow polo and such.
Of course, yes. Well, these are very common activities. If you are rich, I don't know your socioeconomic background. Actually, can you tell me so I know how to?
It's very low. It's very bottom of the ladder. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Who booked me on this?
And I'm sorry that we might lose him here. I'm not sure if we'll lose him. I hope we don't.
Assistant just puts me on any podcast now. Eh?
Yes. Well, you know, I suppose so. I mean, you are a very important person. You are the one who kind of like welcomes these people as they come into town and they get settled at the resort. Yeah.
Yes, I give them a brochure, which is French for pamphlet.
Okay,
and
sure.
It sort of tells them what we have at the resort, you know, what activities, like you say, what sort of mistresses we can provide.
Okay, sure.
There's a steam room. There is a meat room.
It seems like there's a sort of a heavy emphasis on mistresses at this place.
So what is that word? Emphasis?
Yeah, I thought that's there's got to be a French word that's very similar. Emphasis, like
emphasis.
That you stress having a mistress at this place.
Oui, yes. An underline. That is the French word for it.
Is it? Okay, I got you.
Yes,
So I know you get them all settled at the resort.
Of course,
I'm sure discretion is very important, though. I'm sure there's a lot of things that they're doing or wanting to do at the resort that they can't have anyone on the outside world finding out about.
So if this is not going public, right? I can tell you this is just for your own archive.
It is a public podcast, but I don't have many listeners at all.
Okay. Okay. Well, I did sign an NDA, which is French for no discussing aloud.
I see.
And that, which is in English, that means don't talk about it.
Right. No, I got it. Oui. So you signed one. In other words, you can't tell me anything, any juicy gossip about anybody who's been there.
Legally, but I am speaking from international waters right now.
Oh, are you? Oh, wow.
Yes. I'm on the boat. I don't know if you can tell it's rocking back and forth a bit. So I can spill a little gossip if you want to hear.
Sure. Yeah. What kinds of things are people wanting you to keep discreet?
How PG is this podcast? Is it for families?
Oh, well, you know, I think let's keep it reasonably clean, I suppose.
Okay, well, then I guess I cannot tell you what goes on in the secret rooms at the establishment.
Yeah, so there's a lot of hanky-panky going on then.
A lot of hanky-panky, spanky-wanky.
And do you get do you ever get starstruck when someone comes who's a real big, star?
it is hard for me to get starstruck because there are so many, stars and celebrities coming through. At first, it was a big deal, with the Melissa Gates, fresh from her divorce. You get
Ooh.
the Machine Gun Kelly coming by.
Sure.
A whole range of sorts of people. The Prince of, Moldova.
Sure.
And
Moldova, wow.
We
And does
no
Machine
one-
Gun Kelly ski? I wouldn't have expected that.
Machine Gun Kelly does ski, yes. He
Wow,
does the,
wow.
we
that
just
was the
like,
end.
no, that was the end. No.
Yeah, that's great. I was going to ask how you guys keep the riffraff out, but then I saw that there's a $10,000 fee to land your private plane at the private airstrip there, and the public airport is miles and miles. It's hours and hours away. So I assume that keeps a lot of the riffraff out. That when you got to pay.
Yes, we also have
$10,000
a riffraff stick we keep at the front.
Oh yeah.
Yes. It
So that's
used to
just
be
for
my
locals
job
locals who wander into the lodge.
Yes, it is. It is a 12-foot stick that
Okay.
we just poke to keep them out. It's like a kettle prod.
Okay, I see. And I'm expecting it's probably very ornate. Yeah.
It is made from the finest human bone that
wow.
we could acquire. Yes.
Do you know whose bones or no?
Previous trespassers.
Oh, I see.
Previous riffraff. Yes.
That must really that must help in getting rid of the riffraff to say, hey, these are the bones of the last guy who tried to come in here.
Yeah, it does spook them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And I know, there's something, a little bit of an elephant.
Something on my nose? What?
No, a little bit.
Oh.
No, I was just had an itch there. I wasn't.
It's snow. It is just snow.
No, I wasn't making a drug reference or anything. I just really just had an itch. So I was going to say there's an elephant in the room, but I didn't. I don't want you to get.
Oh, you know about our circus room? It's a hotel with rare and exotic animals. We, of course.
Oh, wow.
Animals you haven't even heard of. Hybrid animals.
Wow.
You ever heard of an elephant tiger?
No.
It's half elephant and half dog.
That's okay. That surprised me. 50% surprised me. And it must be difficult for you to get those animals all the way up onto a 15,000-foot peak in the Alps.
Not when they are born there. This is a many century old establishment.
Right.
It has been passed down. It is old money.
Okay, it's kind of like
French for when your family's been rich for a while.
This is going to sound like a poor person thing, but my mother bought a refrigerator, put it in her kitchen before the house was built, and then the house was built around the refrigerator, and she didn't have to get it in any narrow doorways. Is that kind of what it's like?
Sorry, I do not know this word. House.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
what
refrigerator.
No. What is house?
House?
Is it like a mansion?
Is
it like a mansion,
like
a hotel,
smaller.
Condo suite?
Yeah, a smaller version of that. Yeah,
smaller than a mansion, like a room. It is a room.
It's a room. Yeah, a room separated from a mansion. Think of it that way.
Room sort of like, you mean the mistress shed?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Oui, of course.
The mistress shed. Yes.
Your mother lived in a mistress shed.
Going back to what I called the elephant in the room, which is really just a secret that maybe you don't want to talk about. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but your family used to own this resort and then famously lost it, and now you're working there in the hospitality role. So how did that happen? And is it hard to work at the place that your family used to own?
It is a little bit of a sore subject. If I'm being honest, there is some imposter syndrome, and
Sure.
my daddy spent all of his daddy bucks, and we lost the place. Luckily, my family name is engraved in the garden gate, so they let me, stick around and help.
Sure.
Look, what they say is that the son will pay for the sins of the father,
Right. Yeah.
And maybe when my time comes, that will happen. I hope not. My daddy did a lot of bad things. Some of which it was a double dare. And in France, we take double dares very seriously. So.
Oh, so that's how your father lost all the money, is on a double dare?
On a double dare,
like in a high school sleepover.
It was
like with billions of dollars.
It was and it was at a high school sleepover, and that is why he got in a lot of trouble.
Oh, for giving up the entire resort. Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah,
I bet his parents didn't like that very much, did they?
yes, no. Daddy did not like that.
And so you said you have a bit of imposter syndrome, but it's almost the other way around because you stood to inherit this incredible place, and now you're having to work in the trenches, huh?
I know. I am around the sort of it. I mean, it is something to be the poorest rich person.
Right.
It is. It hurts to be right at that mark where everyone else is like, oh, let me get on my private jet, and I have to go. Oh, can I bum a ride?
Oh,
Or
yeah. Do you do that?
So,
do you do that often?
Bum rides on private jets?
Yeah, or otherwise take advantage of people by saying I'm the richest poor person you'll ever meet, and I used to be somebody.
No, I am not the richest poor person. I'm the poorest rich person.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not a poor person. It is very different.
Right, of course. And do they let you on, or did they look down their noses at you? The celebrities, the Machine Gun Kellys, do they allow you on their plane?
Sometimes I have to sneak a bird. I have a back tattoo that looks exactly like an F-270, which is one of the chartered private jets.
Oh.
And I grab onto the sides of the plane. My back tattoo matches it perfectly, and I am able to cling on. So
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise in
Movie.
Mission Impossible.
Sure.
Yes. And
Except you have a full back tattoo that only matches a certain segment of that exact plane.
Which looking back, it was not the easiest to grab on segment. I should have learned how to grab on first and then tattooed there. I just picked a place that I thought looked the most aesthetically.
There aren't as many handholds as you would like on that part of the plane.
No, it is very smooth. It is very smooth.
Yeah. That sounds tough. And you stay on the plane until it lands, or do you try to find
most times?
Wow, that's I don't even know how you breathe up there.
I don't.
No.
I hold my breath.
Wow. So, and when you, of course, I have to move on to your hobby here, and it just says here that you accompany middle-aged women to social events, and I'm wondering what that entails.
Well, you've met a middle-aged woman, I assume, at one point in your life.
Of course, yes.
They are not like middle-aged men, but they have the boobies and the niche.
Well, I think I know what a middle-aged woman is. I'm just wondering, are they hiring you to be I excuse the term here, an escort for them at certain
Mon Dieu, an escort?
It's because that's what it seems like. No.
Sorry, that is not a French word. What is an escort?
It's absolutely a French word, but okay. I mean, are they paying
You're thinking escargot. You're thinking escargot. So escargot is a French word.
You're a handsome man, and I'm just wondering, are they hiring you to take their arm and walk them into parties with famous people so that they look, like they're...
Yes, the arm candy, the arm bonbon, a little bit of a different...
arm bonbon,
Yes, the arm bonbon of different middle-aged women.
Is it a hobby or a hustle? I can't tell.
Well, listen, they don't directly pay, right? It is not like, that would be illegal, but they pay in other means, Amazon gift cards or rides on their elephant tiger.
Sure.
Yeah, but no, I've made many lifelong friends that way.
I see.
And,
wow. It does seem it seems a little bit like you're sort of using your position in this sort of concierge kind of position at the resort to further, your social standing, or to get favors, curry favors from people. Is that a fair assessment?
I take offense to this. Is this not just what life is, but a way to navigate and meet people?
Touche. Is that a French word?
People?
Touche.
Touche. Oui.
Sure.
Yes, that is something that I also have to do as the arm bonbon of these middle-aged women. I have to touche them on their schnischnar and then they have in wine.
Sure, yeah, I bet.
It is part of the arrangement.
It's fascinating stuff. Really fascinating. I hope you'll stick around. I want to move on to my second guest here, but I hope you'll stick around and talk with us.
Of course. Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
Well, folks, my second guest today is the spoonful of sugar that makes the comedy go down. We're going to find out what that means. But first, let's pause and hear a quick word from our sponsor. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back. I'd like to remind you at this point, as I do every show, that I, Dean Ardenfell, am not and have never been an employee of Hogswood Cooper Media or any of its subsidiaries. Okay, we've been talking to Yves Dubois-Garcon from St. Bartholomew's Resort, and now I'd like to bring in my second guest, who works for a totally different subsidiary of Hogswood Cooper. She's the beautiful blonde sidekick on Hogswood Cooper News' hit nightly conservative comedy show, Todd's Too Real. In that role, she sits just out of frame during Todd's monologue and laughs audibly. But she also sometimes appears on camera in funny skits that absolutely own the libs, and in discussions with the show's 5 hilarious male panelists. On weekends, she enjoys making jewelry for dogs. Please welcome Brooke Lilywood. Hi, Brooke.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
What a great job you have, huh?
Wait.
oh, your laugh. It's infectious.
That's the laugh.
I'm a fan of the laugh. It's a great one. Oh, wow. I do see why they put you slightly off camera now. It is a lot.
Yeah,
it's almost like you unhinged your jaw there.
Yeah, and I think, I guess conservatives, freaking conservative women are gonna say, "Oh, do you want to be on camera?" No, Todd is the star,
sure.
And we're not together like that. But if we were, I would be his submissive wife.
Of course, yes, of course you would. Yes, and there are conservative women all over America who love Todd Pudsworth. He's a charismatic host, and he's got that sort of like hilarious, sort of mean-spirited sarcasm that really makes me laugh every time I watch his show.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
What was he getting into? Like the last when we were just shooting. What was he getting into? He was talking about, he was talking about how incredible it is to be going to church.
Sure. Yeah.
Traditional values.
Yep.
And they're trying to take our Bibles,
Right.
They're trying to take our Bibles and Todd gets them going with his comedy.
Yeah. So
to
you're
keep
not
our Bibles.
So you're not a writer on the show then.
No, I'm not. No. Well, because women aren't allowed to write.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay, that must explain why.
We have what?
The panelists, the 5 male panelists on the show, those are writers, right?
Yeah, and they're so funny. I laugh, and I'm not funny. I'm not smart. I cook. And I laugh, and I'm ready to make a baby with Todd whenever he's ready.
Oh, is that an option?
Of course, after marriage. What?
Is that an option that you might want to make a baby with Todd?
Did he say something to you?
Oh, I have never talked to Todd. No. I don't know if I could get him on this podcast, but it seems like you might be interested in that. Is he married?
Yeah, he is.
To someone else, not you.
Yeah, he's married.
And you've met his wife, and are you two on good terms, even though you sort of flirt with her husband for a living?
Yeah, we're on good terms.
Yeah,
we're on good terms. And what I'm saying, let me be clear. The only way I would ever be with Todd is if she passed away, passed away. Yeah. Is that the phrase?
Yes, of course. And do you ever find yourself, this is a horrible question for me to even ask, but do you ever find yourself wishing for that outcome?
Dean, is that your name?
Yeah.
You're a lib, aren't you?
Oh, no, not at all.
You're trying to own me. You're trying to own me.
I would never.
You?
That's not a gotcha question at all.
Okay. Well, it felt like a gotcha. What are you, a journalist? What are you, from the freaking failing New York Times?
No, I think
freaking CNN.
You're mistaking my attempts at flirting with you as liberal-minded. Most people see what I was trying to suggest was maybe because I'm also envisioning a world in which Todd's wife died, you married Todd, Todd died, and then you and I. But that's I don't know why I thought you would. I don't know why I thought you were going to.
You are so funny, and I only do that laugh for Todd.
Oh wow! No, that's. That was what I was trying to do, is be funny. That was all a joke, and I was just being funny. That was definitely not real.
Well, if it is, it's still funny.
Okay, well,
and
great.
Doesn't it feel good? Don't you feel more masculine
Yes.
when you hear me laugh at you?
In fact, no one has ever laughed that loud at anything I've ever said before, and I felt a sudden surge of testosterone in my body when you did it.
Yeah, probably gave you a boner, huh?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. But you know, so you often, I mean, people sometimes criticize this show because you do sit off camera and laugh, and then during the panel discussions, you barely get in a word in edgewise. Because I know all the other men on the panel are writers and producers on the show, and Todd's fraternity brothers,
producers, incredible men of God, fraternity brothers.
Sure.
Conservative.
Do you ever feel like your talents aren't being put to use, or?
And here we go again with the gotcha. I'm a God-fearing conservative woman.
Sure.
I'm grateful that I'm even able to be in this room with these guys because these are some of the funniest, smartest.
Yeah.
These are the guys that are going to keep America freaking afloat when, you know, the liberals are they're going to crash it into the ground. But these guys are going to keep, they're going to be the reason why America is going to be a country. And so I'm just happy that they let me be there. Yeah. And I'm glad they gave me a chair. Yeah. And I didn't always have a chair.
No?
I didn't always have a chair.
I think I saw the pilot and you were just straight up sitting on the floor of the studio.
Well, yeah. And I wasn't able to fully sit with my butt on it.
No?
Because of there was an ant problem. There was an ant problem.
In the studio, there's an ant problem. So you had to sort of squat as though you were like squatting. In the woods or something?
Yeah. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Sorry? You said that
I can do all things through.
You can do all things through Christ.
Sorry, that's a Bible verse. I can do all things
through
Christ who strengthens me.
I see.
And I'm a conservative, God-fearing woman.
And when you say all things,
every now and then will quote.
When you say you can do all things, that includes squatting on the studio because of an ant problem.
Squat for Todd.
Squat for Todd.
I will.
Wow.
But they all, of course, had chairs.
Yes, of course. And do you ever throw in any ideas? Like, he really lays into Biden for being sleepy and CNN for being fake news.
Sleepy, fake news. And I did have a Biden impression that I said, hey, if you ever have laryngitis and you want me to do voiceover, because I have a Biden impression.
Because his Biden is so great. It's great.
Incredible. Yeah. And I would never be able to come anywhere close, but here's mine.
Sure.
I'm Joe Biden. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I mean, I don't want to say pretty good for a woman because that's going to make me sound sexist, but it's pretty good.
No, you can say that. Hey, I love sexism.
What?
Sexism is yes.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Well, we're not allowed to be
I would have these
chivalrous anymore. We're not allowed to be.
Do you think I would have these huge tits without sexism? Because I have triple D's and they're fake.
Oh,
and I wouldn't have been able to have these had it not been for a guy saying I want to see a woman with big old gazongas. And then he goes to school, I believe it is, medicine school. And there he is at medicine school learning how to give huge bazongas to people like me.
Oh, he went.
And that's...
So a guy who told you should have huge bazongas then went on to medicine school to study to give women huge bazongas?
No. Sorry. This is why I'm just off to the side laughing because I can't even tell the story.
I keep interrupting. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying sexism is the reason for all the great, awesome stuff that we have as a society. And huge bazongas.
That means that seems to suggest that you are happy with your huge gazongas. And your words, not mine.
Yeah, I'm so happy with my huge gazongas. But if we were in a feminist nation, everybody would be, they would say breast reductions.
Right. That's
not in my America.
I believe that's what Joe Biden wants for all women is breast reductions
he does.
for all.
And I do believe that he wants breast reductions for all.
Yeah.
And the Pledge of Allegiance, I believe, says one country, indivisible, breast augmentation undergone.
They do keep adding
If
lines
I'm
to that.
remembering correctly.
Like famously, the Pledge of Allegiance had one less line, and then they added a line. I'm sure they're probably adding more now that they're taking God out of the schools and everything else.
Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started with that.
Has anyone ever asked your opinion about this stuff for as long as I have just now? Because it seems like you don't contribute this much to the show.
Yeah, no, and I guess.
Is it making you uncomfortable?
Are you saying
center of attention?
No. I'm strong and courageous, and I got Todd as my guide.
Sure.
Todd and God as my guide,
Yeah.
and America, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
So Reaganomics all the way, baby.
Yeah.
I think we need to get back to that.
We 100% do. Yeah. I mean, it was working so well for us. I do want to ask you real quick before I bring the first guest back in that you make jewelry for dogs as a hobby. How's that going?
Yeah. And that's a hobby because, of course, women shouldn't be business owners.
No, you'd never sell this stuff?
No, I never would.
No.
And guess what? I got no money. I'm $100,000 million in debt. But that's I'm waiting for a husband to come along.
Okay.
He's gonna help me get out of my debt, but it wouldn't be right. It would go against what America stands for.
Sure.
America stands for Leave It to Beaver, and I'm June Cleaver. And until I get my Mr. Cleaver, I'm doing this hobby.
Yeah.
I make bracelets.
Bracelets for dogs.
For dogs. Bracelets.
What kind of materials
mainly
do you
bracelet.
make them?
I haven't ventured out. What materials?
Yeah.
Bones. So then they do kind of just gnaw it off. They wear the and they immediately gnaw.
If I were going to suggest one material that would be the worst for making jewelry for dogs, it would be bone. But, interesting that you say that. Oh, don't laugh at me. It's interesting you say that. I don't know that you heard, but my previous guest has a stick that he uses to poke riffraff at his resort, and it's made from human bone. So you both have that in common, and maybe that
I heard. Well, I didn't know that.
You didn't. Maybe I should bring him back in and see what
I
he
would
thinks
love
of
to
that.
meet him. I would love to meet him, and I don't know if he's looking for.
I don't know. He's
where is he?
He gets. And I use this term professionally. He gets around. This man gets around.
Oh, he's kind of like a playboy.
A little bit. He's a sort of a professional escort. And
okay.
And a concierge at the resort.
Oh.
Yves,
is him.
We're bringing Yves back in. Yves, you won't believe it. I'm talking to my guest here, Brooke, and she said that she makes jewelry for dogs out of bone. And I told her you had a stick with bone.
Oh my goodness! Do you make brogs? The bracelets for dogs? Is that you? You're the founder of brogs? Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I see you on Pinterest. That is a French Pinterest.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so
brogs.
Are you not selling it? You must be giving it away because she said she doesn't sell her stuff.
I'm giving it away. I'm giving it away.
I think someone is taking your product and selling it and turning a profit on you then.
Oh no.
Well, as long as it's a strong conservative man, I'm okay with that.
I wanted to ask about that, Brooke. Do you get paid for your role on the show?
Absolutely not.
No. So you're more of an intern then.
The show I'm doing, it's a conservative comedy show called, what's it called? Todd.
Todd's Too Real.
Todd is too real. Hey.
Yeah. I just sit off to the side and I laugh. I'm not even in frame because I'm too ugly and I wish my boobs were bigger.
I think you're not ugly at all, and your gazongers are just the right size.
Oh yeah, sorry.
as we previously.
But yeah, they don't pay me, and I barely get lunch. I'm on a diet all the time.
You're on a diet all the
because
time.
I want to have kind of the perfect, huge triple D.
I can't imagine what it must be like for you to constantly be having to think about that. Think about exactly how you appear and managing to contribute to the show, but also not so much that the men get threatened. It must be hard for you.
Right. Well, essentially, I'm trying to disappear, and I'm trying to just be a pair of gazongas.
Todd is your husband?
I wish.
It's a mystery situation.
No, I'm actually a virgin. I'm looking for a husband who will provide.
You did not smell like a virgin.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, actually, sorry. I just realized you're French. I would never, ever in a million fucking years marry a French guy.
Oh wow.
Well, get away, because I want a strong American Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norton?
Chuck Norris.
Who's Chuck Norton?
Sorry, I messed up his name. Okay.
I think
Who does the voiceover roles for the video game adaptations
I think Yves is
of the movie
negging you,
season?
Brooke. I think Yves is negging you.
I'm literally like first of all, this accent, I'm disgusted. We are not in French American. We are not in French.
No,
what is it called?
What is in international waters?
You'll have to excuse my two guests here. They're actually sharing one microphone because I brought them into the studio. Yves got here by clinging to the side of a plane because of a back tattoo he has.
Yes, oui. Do you want to see my back tattoo?
Gross.
I don't think a love connection is going to happen here. I'm not sure a love connection is going to happen here.
It looks really good.
It's just.
But my mama told me that I'm not allowed to marry anybody that's not from kind of like deep south.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Is she a socialite? Is she wealthy?
Yeah, of course she is.
Wow.
I come from really big money.
Oh, la, la. And maybe give her my business card if you will.
Okay, what is it even that you do? Oh my gosh, this business card is a picture of your wiener.
That is how everyone's business card is in France. You don't know?
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Business card in France means big pig.
I can't wait to tell Todd about this. He's gonna freaking own you. The French are notorious commies.
Now,
right?
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you guys commies?
No, it's pronounced croissant.
Okay, so I do like to see if there's any possible synergy between the guests, and I wonder if Brooke, do you think that you and Todd might one day like take a business trip to go skiing at Yves Resort and maybe have a little fun on the slopes together sometime?
I maybe would do that if under one condition.
His wife died?
If he would propose to me.
Oh, okay. Well, which would have to happen after his wife died.
You really want to get married to this guy, eh?
To you.
What? No, I said to Todd.
No, I'm Are you asking me if I would go skiing with this French?
Well, I was asking if maybe it seems like Todd would be the one able to foot
my whole thing. That is not my whole identity. I mean,
it seems like Todd would be the one who would be able to afford to foot the bill to go to this exclusive ski resort, and that maybe he would take you along as a +1, and the two of you could have a romantic ski getaway together, facilitated by Yves and his staff.
Oh, okay.
This is okay with your husband. Is he not in the other room? Do you want to go get him?
He's not my husband. I want him to be my husband. He has a wife, Dean.
Yes, no, I know. I guess I mean,
why are you doing? You're trying to get me fired from a job that I don't get paid to do.
I can't help it. I'm a romantic, and I would love to see the two of you at the.
I'm gonna cry. I've never cried in my life, and I'm about to cry.
Yeah, it does. I can see. I can tell. It's actually it's doing some damage to whatever is going on with your face there. I can see that the tears are sort of damaging whatever work you've had done.
She has done. It's sort of like inflating.
Yeah, it's inflating all of my plastic surgery. I don't know what's going on.
Re-wettening the concrete, so it is going to reshape down in lower areas. A lot of my clients have a lot of different work done in different parts of their body. I know what this is like. But it's good news. You can shape it anywhere you want. You can push that.
Okay, push it. Make it hot. Make me look good. Push it. I don't know what's... Okay. Oh, that looks really good. Now I kind of look like Brooke Hogan.
Brooke Hogan?
Daughter of Hulk Hogan?
Yes.
Brooke Hogan. Daughter of Hulk Hogan.
Is that the daughter of Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, Brooke Hogan. She had
that he's public about.
Brooke Hogan had an incredible hit.
Oh.
I could sing it for you guys if you want.
Wow. Joe Biden impression and a Brooke Hogan impression?
Hold on. Well, this is something I didn't even talk to you about. I'm actually a good singer.
Wait, you're just a real person.
I mean, you can't say that on a podcast without a song. So we're going to have to... Maybe you could take us out with a Brooke Hogan song.
She's a daughter of Hulk Hogan. I was just saying shit.
It's true. Okay. What it do, Paul Wall? What it do? I see your lips moving, but I don't hear nothing. Everybody talking like they really want to know about us. They don't know, baby. They don't know nothing about us. I see your lips moving, but that's the gist. That's the gist.
Phenomenal.
Wow, hidden talents.
Wow. I hope for your sake.
Phenomenal.
I hope that for your sake, Todd's wife does pass away and you're able to marry him and lose your virginity to him.
I do too.
Is she old?
She's a normal age. She's 18. 18.